All right, I have exciting news for you. Jet skis, well, SeaDoos, the SeaDoo XPs are both running. Oops, I'm gonna hit you. Oh well.
Oh yeah?
Just a little bit.
Oh, you need a new key.
Yep, that's what I need because it didn't do anything.
No, either with both of them?
No, I was trying both of them a little bit here and there and nothing. Isela and Solas. We've been out on them a few times. If you've seen a few of those videos, it's exciting because they actually run, and I've found out that I'm way old because my body hurts so bad from jetting around on those on the lake. So what this video is going to be about is I'm going to clean up the garage, mostly over here, because we're going to get ready to start working on Jack. I think first project on Jack is rear suspension. Clean out all the underneath and everything, get the suspension hooked up, put the transmission back in there, and then get ready for engine, and then we'll work on front suspension. But in order to do that, I need to do some cleanup. So just really appreciate your patience on Jack, because really needed to get those SeaDoos running, and they are. I'm also gonna, a little bit later in this video, I'm gonna show you a little tour around the SeaDoos, just so you can kind of see what we've got out there, because I know I've worked on like the engine, and you've seen pictures of them and stuff, but when they're on the trailer looking good, it's kind of fun to get out there and jet around on those things so fast. For those XPs, 787 SeaDoos, 1996, I believe, and really fast. So we're gonna fast forward now, and you'll see me kind of do some stuff to kind of clean up, and then I'll take you off the tripod and we'll go back out and show you the SeaDoos. All right, here we go. All right, so this is the next project. This is Jack. We're going to be working on Jack rear suspension. We've got our new bushings in here, new bushings, hardware. things that we need for rear suspension. Shock absorbers, rad flow shocks. And then we're going to clean that up using the, I don't know if you can see that because of the sunlight, using our bead blast. We're going to clean up some of those parts, refinish them, and we'll see about maybe powder coating them. I think I might just refinish them with some paint. I don't expect to do too much hardcore off-roading, just trail riding with these things. I do have new springs out in the other shed. I think I've shown you before. There's our transaxle, which is in fine shape from what I can tell. Here's the engine that came out of Jack. Here's the engine that's going into Jack. This was a motor that had very little miles on it, that had a top-end fire. We're now in the state of I've completely rebuilt it, and I think the only thing that I might need to work on is the distributor that's in here. Might need a new Hall sensor. So that's kind of the Jack next project that I'm excited to work on. We do need to clean this off just a little bit so that I can start working on that and have some space to do some things. But right now, what I'm going to do is take you a quick little buzz around the SeaDoos. So let's see if we can get this going. Yeah, this one we call Solus. This one is Isella. And they are 96 SeaDoo XPs in just super shape. Even down underneath it where there's very little wear down here. Let's see if we can make sure you can see what's going on down here. Looks pretty good. The holes are decent. No leaks. We've had no problems with them at all so far. It's got a custom trailer. I put a bucket in there to keep stuff dry. Here's my tool set that I bought the other day, about $85 at Harbor Freight. It's got everything in there I need to work on these things on the road. I did mention that I have one desk key that is working super, and then I have two keys that aren't. And so this week, during the week, I'm going to go by the SeaDoo Yamaha place and see if we can get a secondary desk key so that I always have a second desk key that actually works. It's got a custom spot to lock into fuel cans, 5-gallon fuel cans. Gauges aren't really working very well, or even if at all. I don't think I've been able to see speed limit on either of these. Sometimes I think on Isella the fuel light's always on, so I've probably got something that I need to work on the fuel gauge sender. But super clean in here. Hopefully you can see that. Got our extra paddle. Fuel lines have been completely gone through. On one of these I redid the fuel selector indicator because it wasn't working. Show you inside engine. These seats were redone once I got them, but basically Isella I haven't really done much engine work on other than pulling. Nope, I didn't even pull the carbs off. I rebuilt the carbs in place as much as I could, and runs just about as well as Solas, the other one. It's got batteries all new. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else that we've done here. The reason I haven't been able to take the carbs off of this one is because the bolts that are holding the carbs on are just completely stuck. I think I rounded off one of the Allen wrenches and I just kind of decided, you know what, I'm not gonna go there on that one until I need to. I do have a way to fix that if I can get it out of there. I could even saw those bolts off because I've got another intake manifold or rotary valve cover from another engine that I've had. This engine was newly rebuilt when I bought it. Had inner seal leaks, and I pulled that apart. That's another video that I showed you to fix the inner seals. Again, these carbs are both rebuilt. The oil lines are replaced on this one, just as clean as the other one. These came as a set. I don't know if they were in Mexico. On this one, my oil light comes on, but the fuel light works. And also on Solas, the VTS does not work, but the VTS works just fine on Isella. This is a custom trailer. It's mostly purple. I just redid the bunks because they were falling apart. It's got new tires on it with new lug nuts that I can actually take off now. I also noticed the other day that there is a hairline crack here. I actually did some welding on it the other day. I think what I need to do is actually get a plate, like a very obtuse triangular plate, and weld it on there with a couple of spot welds through the middle of the plate to just give it some strength on both sides. Noticed that. But that is the SeaDoo Tour. Super fast and just a blast when they're running. So that's the tour. So I'm gonna finish off by just letting you know next thing that we're gonna start working on here is jack, and it is summertime, so I've got quite a bit of time in the evenings to be able to do this when I'm not out riding the SeaDoos. So hopefully we'll get a chance to get through some of this rear suspension, get the engine in, then we'll get the fuel tank into jack. Front suspension is next on the list there, and you know, hopefully by the end of the summer we'll actually have it started and running, and an idea of what we need to do next to get some interior in there. All right, hey, thanks for joining me today. Again, just wanted to kind of give you a little show of what's going on in the garage and the success that we've had with the SeaDoos. Love your comments and subscriptions to Mr. Smith's Garage. Thanks again.